Hi Blossoms, welcome back to my channel if you're new here. And in today's video, I'm gonna be telling you guys all the tips on how to grind the most candy corn. My first tip is that every time if the game asks you to teleport to mini games, always press yes no matter what, because if you don't press yes, then you're just gonna miss your chance on getting more candy corn. And I'm pretty sure mini games is the only way that you can get candy corn, and you can't get candy corn from anything else except for mini games. Now I'm gonna tell you guys all the tips on how to win the Hauntlet mini game. So the first tip is to always join a public server if you want to play the Hauntlet mini game. So when people have cell phones, they can help you choose the right door if you're out of cell phones, and they can also help you with magic wands. And if you're playing in a private server and you're doing it all by yourself, then you won't have any extra cell phones you can use, and then you will lose quicker. And before the game starts, tell everyone, let's work as a team, so then people know, and then they can tell each other if they're using cell phones or not. So for example, if someone's using a cell phone, then you should say the letter C in the chat, so then two people don't use a cell phone at the same time and waste them. So for example, I'm gonna say C, so then the other person won't use a cell phone, and then I'm gonna say LB, MB, or RB. So basically LB means left bad, MB means middle bad, and RB means right bad. And if you want to use a magic wand, just say wand, so if other people have a magic wand, they don't use it at the same time as you, and they can save it for another room. And if you play the Hauntlet mini game a lot, you're eventually gonna get the hang of it, and you will understand what to do. The second tip for the Hauntlet mini game is to save all your power-ups and don't use them at easy doors. Only use your power-ups when you reach really hard rooms, because if you just use all your power-ups on easy doors, you won't have any left for harder doors, and then you're just gonna lose. So don't use your power-ups at the beginning, just use them near the end. And also, if you want to use your power-ups, don't use too many at one door. Only use one or two for each door, so then you can save some for other doors and you won't run out quickly. For example, this is a time where I saved up so many power-ups and I didn't use them all. And also, don't use the same power-ups every single time. Like for example, if you have lots of monster repellents, don't use a monster repellent in every single door. Just use one in one door and then use a different power-up in the other door. So for example, one door use a monster repellent, the other door use a heart potion, and then after that use the rainbow wand, and then just keep doing that, but don't use the same power-ups every time. So by the end of the mini game, I managed to reach door 33, which isn't that good, but also isn't too bad while using all the tips. Now I'm gonna move on to costume party mini game tips. So the first tip for costume party mini game is that you don't have to join a public server if you have so many alt accounts. So basically, if you join a server by yourself and you have like so many alt accounts, like for example, if you have 5 alt accounts, you can vote yourself with all of those alt accounts, and then you can get so much candy. But if you don't have any alt accounts, then you should join a public server, because if you just play by yourself all the time, you're not gonna get as much candy as you do when you play with a public server. So when you join a public server, if you want to win, then I think you should vote the outfits that don't look that good and look kind of bad, because if you vote the outfits that look bad, then the person who actually has the best one won't get all the votes, and then you have a higher chance of winning. And that's all the tips I have for costume party, and now I'm gonna move on to sleep or treat. So for the treat and sleep mini game, I suggest knocking on the maximum amount of doors you can before you return your candy to the circle, because if you do that, it will save you so much more time and you can get more candy. But if you knock on one door at a time, you will lose so much more time and miss out on more candy. The next tip for the treat or sleep mini game is to collect hyperspeed potions and headphones, because if you collect hyperspeed potions, it's gonna make you a lot faster and you can get more candy while running faster. And if you see a hyperspeed potion, collect it. But if you don't see any hyperspeed potions, don't look around the map and try to find one, because it's gonna waste your time. Just collect hyperspeed potions if it's already in your way, but if it's not, don't look for one. And also do the same thing for headphones. If you see headphones on the floor, collect it. And if you guys don't know what headphones do, they prevent you from snoozing if DJ Snooze is beside you, but it only works for 10 seconds. And that's all the tips I have for all the mini games. The reason why knowing these tips on how to win the mini games is useful for grinding candy corn is because the more you do better on a mini game, the more candy corn you can collect. And my last tip for today's video is to never spend your candy corn on things that are worth nothing, like furniture or chew toys or stuff like that. And also don't spend your candy corn on bad pets like the Patchy Bear or the Ai, or pets that are really cheap, because if you do that, no one's gonna want it. Even if it's mega or neon, it's still very hard to trade, so don't spend your candy corn on stuff like that. And that's all I have for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope these tips helped. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, Blossoms!